All right, welcome back to the Certified AI Business Strategist program with the BJK University. Today, I want to answer one of the simple questions that we get all the time is, how the heck do I actually install AI in other people's businesses? And it might sound like a simplistic thing, but the truth is, if you've never done it before, it might feel a little clunky. It might seem a little weird. So today, let's just talk about what do you really need to do? Well, first and foremost, I know this sounds silly, but you need to get a yes, which means you need to get conversations and do conversations about chatbots or voice bots or content creation or invoicing or onboarding or customer support or anything along those lines. The yes is the first step. We don't want to build stuff for people unless they give us a yes, a go ahead, and realistically money, right? Now, can you build demos for people? Of course you can. Can you do stuff for free in exchange for testimonials or referrals? Of course you can. But ultimately, you need to get that yes, that approval for someone to say, I really want this. Next, our job as strategists is to figure out what's the best software for these people. Now, I can't tell you right here on this video because I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know what software they already have. I don't know what would work for their system. So sometimes you got to do a little research and figure out, okay, if they want a chat bot, is that on a website or just on social media? Is it through text messages or WhatsApp, or where is this chat bot being effective? And we need to go back and look at our list of software and say, okay, ManyChat is great, or we need to use Chatbase, or there's a million other little programs, but you need to know which one is the best one for the right solution. Finally, the next piece, or what you should do, I shouldn't say finally, but the next piece, what you want to do here is you got to gather all of the knowledge. So as an example, if it's a restaurant that you're building a chatbot for, well, you need to know the menu. You need to know the specials. You need to know their hours of operation. You need to know reservation details. You need to know all of these things. And what you do is you take that information and you put it into the chatbot, whether, again, it's ManyChat or Chatbase or whatever else you're using. And the way you would do that is either through Google Documents or PDFs or just writing the instructions inside of the chatbot right then and there. There's a lot of ways you can do that. But the hardest part of our job as a AI strategist or implementer or just installing AI in somebody's business is getting the right answers to frequently asked questions, the right answers to their calendar, their appointments, all of these things. Once you have that, the rest is so easy. You just find the code that's in there, you copy it, and you paste it on their website. Or you copied it and posted it on their social media, whatever it ends up being. But listen, there's really only 4 steps for a chatbot, and this is similar to a voice bot as well. If someone says, yes, I really want a voice bot, swap this out, choose the right software. Is it ElevenLabs or Vapi or Retell? There's a bunch of different AI voice softwares out there now, but you still need to gather the information and knowledge. What are their hours of operation? What are their pricing? How is their process? What is their service? What are the most frequently asked questions? And again, once you've got that, the only difference for voice is you would not add it to a widget or a code or social media. You would add it to a phone number. And the way you would do that was with a program like Twilio, some kind of phone service that would attach the voice agent to a phone number. And realistically, guys, this is the same thing for pretty much every piece of software that you have. Now, another quick question. Well, God, do I got to pay for all this software? No, the client should pay for these pieces of software. If you say, hey, listen, we're going to use ElevenLabs as our voice agent, please do me a favor, go sign up for your ElevenLabs and add me as a team member so that I can do the installation for you. And listen, it's the best way all the way around the board because one, if you somehow split up, they still have their voice agent. They did the work. They've got that thing. They paid for it, right? 2, for you, you're not held liable for their pricing and their monthly fees and all of this stuff. You just want to keep it as separate as possible. Now, if they want to hire you for other things, great, cool. But ultimately, you want to make sure that you're doing the best thing for them, which is giving them access to their own voice agent, their own software, their own stuff. So again, get that yes, choose the right software for them, gather that knowledge and give the agent instructions, whether it's chat or voice or whatever, and then you just add it where you need to, whether it's on a widget on their website or social medias like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or a phone service like Twilio or anything along those lines. So listen, hey, I hope this was really helpful for you. I know it's kind of a simplistic video here today, but I know this is a question that pops up all the time, so I wanted to answer it best I could for you. So hope this is helpful. We'll see you in the next one.